the people don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the
Power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power but the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power but the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power but the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power but the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power
But the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? The power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
No power
The power of the people, 'cause the power of the people
don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power. Estamos y no nos vamos. Estamos y no nos vamos. Y no nos aquí estamos y no nos vamos. People power! 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 This is in Tucson, Arizona, downtown. Up with liberation.
Down with deportation.
Down with deportation.
Up with liberation.
Up with liberation.
Down with deportation.
Down with deportation.
Up with liberation.
Up with liberation.
Down with deportation.
Down with deportation.
Up for liberation.
Up for liberation.
Down with deportation.
Down with deportation.
Up with liberation.
Thank you. Liberation.
Down with deportation.
Down with deportation.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power but the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power but the power of the people, 'cause the power of thank you. Don't stop. Say
Let's
what?
make some noise, y'all. We've got a couple more speakers, so please stick around. Please stick around.
Thank you.
There's nachos, free nachos, remember? We are going to be ending here soon, but we're going to not shop for the rest of the day, right? I know it's hot out here. I know we just marched hard. I really appreciate everyone coming out here. I'm so excited to introduce our next speaker. Let's introduce Isabel Garcia with Derechos Humanos.
On the old side. Buenas tardes. Buenos días. I don't even know what it is.
Buenas tardes.
Here we are. It's not rocket science, guys. I was in the 7th or 8th grade, and I thought to myself, we have domestic issues and we have foreign issues. And I already saw in the 8th grade that with domestic issues, we were incarcerating people. And with foreign issues, we were bombing people. And at 8th grade, I thought, this is ridiculous. We can change this, right? We can change this world, and look where we are. We are in really precarious times. But what we all have to do right now is to thank the labor movement. Many of you may not, acknowledge the labor movement or understand it. because we are not taught this history in our schools. Do you know that the labor movement is one of the most consequential movements in this country? It changed the bottom line for every worker. We lived through 7 strikes in the mines, and every time the unions got better conditions and better pay. Do they teach the history of the labor union in our schools? No. There's one class, you guys, at the university. It's at the Eller Business College. How to deal with labor unions. And so it's important for us to remember this because we are all workers. We are all workers. We are here because our parents were workers. We lived through copper strikes. 7 of them, in fact, in my family. And we saw workers all around gathering. Workers that get up every day to go to a job, to give of themselves, and in turn to get a living for their families. And we are worse than ever. We are spending our money domestically in prisons and detention camps. And foreign, we're spending it on wars. How can we as a society accept the costliest of all, war? Not only is costly economically, we saw they've already spent $50 billion. Don't let them lie to you. It's $50 billion we've already spent in Iran. Imagine that $50 billion. What could we do with just a little bit of that money, right? And so what are we doing? We are creating, with our wealth, we're creating detention camps. And believe me, all of you that are citizens, you're not without risk.
Yeah.
Believe me, these detention camps aren't being built just for migrants, right? Everything that they've done to migrants, then they do to us. We did not pay attention 30, 40 years ago. Attacking migrants was attacking all of our rights. And now we have come together and we know the truth. We know that the money that is being used for $70 billion to DHS, to create concentration camps, to create millionaires. A buddy of Trump could buy a warehouse for $100,000 and sell it for $15 million. That's what happened in Surprise. That's what's happened all over the country. We are making his friends rich. They buy a warehouse, it's going to be a detention camp, and what do we know happens in detention? Death. Death. Internally, domestically, what do we have? Police agency upon police agency upon police agency. Together with all the surveillance tools that we have given them, where does that leave us? As Vivek says, we have experienced the largest
We only care when it's too late and when it affects us.
To these data centers, to these billionaires. To do what? Military and surveillance on all of us. That's the primary goal. And we are allowing it. We allowed Trump to demonize migrants in such a fashion that everybody voted for him demonizing migrants because we don't know the story of migrants, because we don't know that we wouldn't even be here without migrants, that we wouldn't even have food on our table without migrants, we wouldn't have lodging without migrants. And so it's essential that we acknowledge today that it was immigrants and it was the workers who have changed our bottom line for the better for all of us. And we are in deep trouble right now, spending our money on detention and spending our money on wars, creating migrants. They're so ignorant, they don't even know that they are creating the migrants from Venezuela. We've had an economic war, poverty imposed on Venezuela and Cuba. What are those people supposed to do? Of course they migrate. And then we demonize them after we have done what we've done. What have we done in Honduras, El Salvador? All of those, please, people. I don't have time right now. But those histories are vital for us to know why their migrants are in our midst. And of course, the biggest history of all, right here, this territory that was taken from Mexico, and we are here, and we've always been here, and we're not going anywhere. So I want to thank you today for coming out. We have lots of fights forward in front of us. But remember, in this capitalist system, the latest chapter of capitalism, according to a writer, and it's true, it's globalization. And look what globalization has done. We've gone from 25 million migrants worldwide to over 200 migrants worldwide. So where did those free trade agreements get us? Where did all of those policies get us? But, shame. And so we must stop. We must stop the wars. We must stop killing the Palestinians, for God's sake. We cannot impoverish Venezuela. We cannot try to rule all of Latin America because we're here and we won't allow it. And so que vivan los trabajadores today. Viva the workers today. Thank you.
Let's give a round of applause for Isabel en Derechos Humanos. Power to the people. No one is illegal. Power to the people. No one is illegal.
Power to the people. No one is illegal.
Power to the people. No one is illegal.
Power to the people. No one is illegal.
I'm so excited to introduce our next speaker. Jocelyn with Mariposas Sin Fronteras. They do a lot of support work for recently released detainees from Florence and Eloy, not even an hour away from here. And they really focus on our queer community, our queer immigrants. So let's give it up for Jocelyn.
Hola, muy buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Jocelyn, vengo de parte de Mariposas Sin Frontera. Voy a leer algo que le escribí. Hoy no estamos aquí solo para marchar, estamos aquí para recordar algo que este sistema quiere que olvidemos. Que el país se levante con nuestras manos, con las manos de los jornaleros que trabajan bajo el sol, con la mano de la mujer que limpia casa invisible, con la mano de quien cocina, construye, cuida, sostiene. Manos migrantes, manos que cruzan frontera, no por elección, sino por necesidad o por dignidad, por sobrevivencia, y aún así somos explotados, mal pagados, invisibilizados, criminalizados, nos llaman esenciales cuando les conviene, pero nos tratan como desechables todos los días. Pero hoy estamos aquí para decirles ya basta, no somos ilegales, no somos irreemplazables, no somos mano de obra barata, somos comunidad, somos historia, somos resistencia. El capitalismo no quiere dividirnos, documentando contra los indocumentados, trabajadores contra los trabajadores, comunidades contra las comunidades, pero nosotros sabemos la verdad. Cuando uno lucha, luchamos todos. Luchamos trabajando, los emigrantes no están. También luchan por la justicia racial, es una lucha queer, es una lucha de mujeres trans, es una lucha de toda la comunidad entera. Porque muchos de nosotros cruzamos fronteras geográficas, cruzamos fronteras de género, de identidad, de violencia, de rechazo. Y aún así, aquí estamos, vivos, resistiendo, organizando. No pedimos caridad, exigimos justicia. Una justicia de salario digno, justicia a protección laboral. Justicia es vivir con miedo a la deportación. Justicia es poder existir sin ser explotado. Hoy marchamos por nosotros, pero también por los que no están aquí, por los que están en detención, por los deportados, los que murieron cruzando, los que siguen luchando en silencio. Esto es solo un paso más, porque dignidad no es negociable. Nuestra dignidad y justicia no se vende ni se arrodilla. La dignidad se construye como comunidad. Que viva la lucha de los trabajadores migrantes. Que viva la construcción de lo que vivimos y resistimos. Muchas gracias.
Aquí estamos y no nos vamos.
Aquí
Just like Jocelyn said, we are here for every person who has died crossing the desert trying to escape the U.S. imperialism that ruined their country or that tried to interfere with their government. We are here for our brothers and sisters who did not make it this far. We are here for our immigrant neighbors who cannot come out today, who are too scared to because of ICE. We are here together. I'm so excited to introduce our second to last speaker today. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce George from Democracy Unites Us.
Woo! Hey, thank you all for hanging out. I know it's hot. We got a couple more things to cover. First, a chant. I haven't heard this one yet. 86, 47. 86,
47.
86, 47. 86, 47. I'm going to talk to you about democracy for a minute, okay? And here's what, in 2 words, what this is going to sound like. Democracy first. Democracy first. We know it's not America first, or billionaires first, or oligarchs first. It's not Trumpists first, or fascists first, because today, every day, it's always democracy first. Always. So I've been wondering, does democracy, for the sake of democracy, even have to defend itself, right? When did that start? Well, it's been like that for the last 11 years. So now we're fighting for the thing that we thought we didn't have to fight for. It's not just an idea or a belief. It's not existing in our imagining somewhere out there. It's real, and it's been real, and we've had it, and we're on the brink of losing it. And you and I know that, and that's why we're here today.
Yeah.
We're here to take a stand again.
Thank you
Democracy
for the support.
first.
I appreciate it.
So look around. You might be wondering, well, what is it? This is it. This is it. There's even space here for a privileged white guy that looks like me. I'm with you. By the way, I'm also an immigrant. Yo hablo español, yo soy peruano. But you wouldn't know that if you looked at me. There's millions of us like you. We're part of this thing.
I love you,
Keep us
baby.
engaged. So the group Democracy Unites Us is about bringing all of the people that care about democracy together under one umbrella. And that umbrella is here right now. You know, 3 things happened this week. The first one was a king of England reminded us when he came to our shores that it is our job as citizens to defend our democracy from monarchy. Can you believe that? An English king had to do that. He had to remind us that real power doesn't vest in a king. It vests in us, in the people, in you, and in me. That's incredible. The second thing that happened this week, and this is terrifying, and you might not have heard it, so I'm going to quote it verbatim. The person occupying the White House, whose name shall not be mentioned by me, he said, "I am the most powerful person in the history of the world." He said that as a quote. And because he's no student of history and he's willing power, he was talking about.
Sorry.
With us and not with him. And that's what Democracy Unites Us stands for. The exercise of authentic human power in an authentic human way for human beings. Not for oligarchs, not for fascists, not for Trumpists, not for the elite, but for you and for me. So he may have the force of government and the force of the military, but we own the streets. We own this street. We own the public square. We own the narrative. We own the dialogue because we own democracy. That's what this is about.
Woo!
And lastly, the Supreme Court gutted the last part of the Voting Rights Act. It's gone. And those officials, all of them in government who have sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution and the rule of law, they now get a free pass because the Supreme Court gave them one. But we're watching, and we're listening, and we're acting, and we're remembering, and we're not going to let that pass. We, the people who stand for democracy, are a stand to protect and defend the Constitution and the rule of law, not just for those of us here today, but for everybody, but especially those who've been oppressed and who have had their rights either taken away or severely restricted by the latest administration's moves. We've done that before. Those of you who are old enough to remember, we've done this before. We know how to do it. We need you, especially the young people here today, to help us do it, because the old folks like me are getting long in the tooth. So remember this, 2 words. It's democracy first. Democracy first. Democracy first. Everything else falls under that umbrella. Everything you've heard about today, everything you're fighting for, falls under the umbrella of democracy. Because if you lose your democracy, you lose the public square, and you lose the place where you can sort that stuff out.
Anyway,
so hang on to it.
No pun intended.
And remember that democracy doesn't divide us, it unites us. It is the great uniting force that the last 250 years has been playing out in our history. So I went more than 5 minutes, and I'm really grateful that you let me do that. Thanks for listening, and thanks for coming out. Saludos a todos. Que te va muy bien.
Give it up for Georgia Democracy Unites Us! We, as workers, as people, have seen how the last 2 Trump administrations have brought nothing but despair to our communities. We've also seen millions of immigrants get deported under both Obama and Biden. And so we can make a change, we can make a difference, we can demand a system that works for us. A system that works for the people, for the majority, not for the minority, not for the billionaires, not for the 1%. So let's make some noise, y'all. We've got one more speaker. And I'm really, this is like, save the best one for y'all last of all. I'm just kidding. But let's give it up for Dominique with unionized nurses.
Hi everyone, my name is Dominique. I'm a registered nurse at St. Mary's Hospital. I wanted to say thank you to PSL and everyone who put on this amazing event today. I know it's really warm and you guys are the real ones for sticking it out. Make sure you drink plenty of water and eat well after this. That's my little nurse PSA. Electrolytes, people, please. So I love May Day. Today is a daring holiday. It's one that remembers the brothers and sisters of our labor movement, their struggle, their sacrifice, their bravery. I feel, as a union nurse for the past 8 years, that this is essential to remember, because that's what fuels us to know that change is possible. There's 2 big truths that we are faced with, and they're opposing, but they have to live together. One is that we have accomplished so much within the labor movement in the past 150 years. That's who we need to remember today. That's the shoulders that we are standing on. The other truth is that we have so far to go. When I think about it, just like you guys, I get ready for work. I put my scrubs on and I am ready for the day. I work my ass off. I run through the sneakers. I have plantar fasciitis like all my coworkers. We don't get lunch breaks. We don't get enough time to do all the tasks that we're assigned. We have more duties and responsibilities every day and less resources to do them with. And it causes burnout. It causes people to leave nursing altogether. Not because they don't want to be a nurse, but because they can't work under these conditions. And so we have a long, long way to go. I know what it's like to try and fight your boss. I know what it's like to feel like you can't change what's going on because it just feels too big. This is beyond unions. This is to the Trump administration that runs our government right now. This is all the coalitions on the right that control the internet, that control the narrative, and that just believe outright lies, left and right. But I also know what it feels like to challenge that with the union. I know what it feels like to sign a petition for the first time, seeing that my coworkers who brought it to me believe that we can do something to change our world. I know what it's like to march on the boss and to go and face the person who we're all kind of scared of and realize that when we do it together, it's not so scary. I've also seen what happens sometimes when the boss refuses to take a petition or has broken down into tears because they were so overwhelmed with the 30 nurses in front of them giving them a petition. I know what it's like to have buttons. I know what it's like to get suspended, and unfortunately, I know what it's like to be fired. I was fired as the union steward in February of this year. But despite that.
Thank you so much for the support, baby. I appreciate it.
What I've said to people and what it really feels like, it feels like the bosses are trying to get rid of me to scare the nurses into not participating into the union. But, and they metaphorically just threw me off the cliff, right? But because I have my nurses union, then they whipped a lasso and they grabbed me and they're pulling me back in. So there's a big reinstatement fight that's happening. If you want more information on how to help, talk to this one in the red shirt. But if you, as other unions, we want to connect with you. We want to help you guys. It's really union to union, labor movement, solidarity that is actually the largest and strongest force against this Trump administration. It has been historically, it will be again. The last thing I'll say is that the most dangerous thing that the right has, that fears from us, is hope. And we can't forget that despite all the bleakness that we face. So just have faith in each other, have faith in what we're doing, have faith that this can change, and we will change it. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Dominique with the Nurses Union! When the bosses don't treat us right, workers stand up and strike!
Workers, stand up and strike!
When the bosses don't treat us right,
When the bosses don't treat us right,
workers stand up and strike!
workers, stand up and strike!
All right, I'm going to finish up with one last chant. And I want to hear everybody who's still here all the way to the back, all the way to the back. Let's all get this together. It is our duty. It is our right.
It is our duty. It is our right.
Strike, strike, strike.
Strike, strike, strike.
It is our duty. It is our right.
It is our duty. It is our right.
Strike, strike, strike.
Strike, strike, strike.
Let's make some noise, y'all. I do have some closing announcements. I want to really emphasize the students that showed up today, the huge student contingent. And I also want to recognize that unfortunately we live in a capitalist world. We live in the belly of the beast. And everything that you see here today, the speakers, the signs, the materials, the water, everything was done by the donations from you, from the community. We don't take any corporate donations. And yeah, so we're going to have a high school student, Miliano, also a Party for Socialism member, is going to pass around a bucket. If you can donate, anything counts. It all adds up. We really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much. Look around for the red shirt. He's right here. All right, let's give it up for the students, right? If you guys are interested in organizing with the Party for Socialism and Liberation, go to the red tent in the back and go ahead. We've got some books. We've got some cool posters. We've got a sign-up sheet in case you guys are interested. And in case you guys are wondering, what can we do next? What is the next step? There's going to be an anti-war volunteer organizing meeting at 6 p.m. at the Global Justice Center on Monday. So an anti-war volunteer organizing meeting at 6 p.m. at the Global Justice Center. We would love to see as many of you guys out there to continue the fight, to continue the struggle, to continue to demand a world that is prioritizing us and not profit.
Woo!
It is our duty, it is our right.
It is our right.
Strike, strike, strike.
Strike, strike, strike.
It is our duty, it is our right.
It is our duty, it is our right.
Strike, strike, strike.
Strike, strike, strike.
Reinstate Dominique.
Reinstate Dominique.
Reinstate Dominique.
Reinstate.
Dominique.
So important that we're standing together as workers and that we stand up and do a fight like that one to union busting, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to break down the nurses union, and we're not going to let it happen. We're going to stand for Dominique. Reinstate Dominique.
Reinstate Dominique.
Reinstate Dominique.
Reinstate.
Hey everyone! So again, thank you so much for coming out. My name is Brindley. I'm an organizer with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. I had a great time hanging out with y'all today. And again, we have the power. People power! Please, everyone get home safe. Reminder, we do have nachos and water and coffee. Please grab some before you go. We don't want to spend any money today. No shopping for the rest of the day. And thank you all so much. I'll see you all at the next one.
Woo! All right, y'all, it's over. I'm gonna walk to my car now. Thank you for the support. I appreciate all of the support. Thank you, baby.